pepper. Is there a salt substitute?
I'll get it.
No need for the salt substitute anymore, Bill Murray. That's because a top cardiovascular research scientist now says eating too much salt won't kill you.
Wonderful. In fact, he says this guy right here, a low-salt diet, if you have not enough salt, it may be bad for your health.
Here with more is Fox News Medical A-Team's Dr. Marc Siegel. Good to have you here this morning. This goes against everything we've ever been told about salt.
And what a great day for it, Abby, right? With the Memorial Day weekend, everyone's going to have their hot dogs, hamburgers. Now they're going to feel good about it.
Chips and everything. So I should feel good while I'm eating a lot of salt.
Not exactly. So look, salt is good for you. It keeps the blood in our veins. It keeps the fluid in our bodies. Our kidneys regulate it. It gets rid of excess salt. Our kidneys do. It's actually really good for you. It's the glue that keeps fluid in the body. But people that have genetic risks of heart disease, Pete, that's the biggest problem. And for those people, cholesterol's number one, blood pressure, diabetes, those are huge risks. On top of that, we don't want too much salt. So I don't think he's right about this.
Is too little salt a problem? People that avoid it relentlessly, that becomes a problem?
So that's what Dr. Antonio is saying. He's saying too little salt, you can get fatigued, your insulin goes up, your sugar goes up, your fat goes up, your sex drive goes down. All of this is probably true too little. What's too little? What's too much? Probably 3 to 4 grams of sodium a day is okay. The American heart.
How do you know what 3 to 4? A lot of people don't look at what's actually in what they're eating. So you look at what's in front of us now, like the Campbell soup, a hot dog, potato chips. How do you get a sense of how much is too much?
Great point. In America, this stuff is loaded with salt. We eat way too much processed foods. And that's what I was going to say the problem is.
Like, what would I look at on this Campbell's can to know if there's too much salt?
You have to look on it for the amount of sodium in there.
So 890 milligrams.
So that's a lot. And the question is, over a course of a day, how much you're getting. Now, we're not all going to sit there looking at labels. So I just say, you know.
I've literally never looked at the sodium line ever.
That doesn't surprise me.
Right.
Well,
you usually have ingredients on the back.
Sodium? He's eating a hot dog every minute. But that's what I want to say. When you go to a ball game, have 1 hot dog. Don't have 3.
Well, otherwise,
mix it up with something else.
Otherwise, you could end up like, remember those salt creatures from the Star Trek episode, the very first Star Trek episode?
Hungering salt.
Yes, they wanted salt from Captain Kirk. Look at this.
First episode.
Yeah. That's Pete when he doesn't get enough salt.
I don't get enough. Yeah, that's why this study, I was so excited about it. I'm like, now all the processed foods that I eat all day long were good for me.
No, and the bottom line here is he's partly right. We're overly obsessed on it. We should worry more about cholesterol, worry more about our weight.
Not the whole bag.
And
like
worry
you've already
more
had
about father or mother have heart disease than we should about salt. But on top of that, don't overdo salt.
All right, so bottom line, real quick, 5 seconds, how much salt is okay for a daily diet?
2 to 3 grams a day. I'd say 3 grams a day of sodium is okay per day.
How many milligrams is that?
Okay.
3 grams is about 3,000 milligrams a day. Okay. That's what they're saying in Britain. That's, by the way, if you're a Korean, then and you eat all this kimchi, that's way too much salt.
Got it. All right, doctor, thank you very much for joining us.
Good to see you.